Hello everyone and welcome to another great model stream here in Togori MTG. Today we are playing Simic Ritual. In this case, I'm starting to test for the regional championship that's happening in Europe at the end of this month. Today is the 3rd of November. We will have the regional championship at the 22nd. So that means like 3 weeks of testing. First, I will try to choose between the decks I like or I like not, and then just intensify the testing of the chosen or the two chosen decks. So this could change because now we are 7 days apart from the new banned and restricted list. So there is a chance that on the 10th there is some modern updates. I don't know. Probably modern is fine, but they could change something. You have to be always expecting. So going forward, today I'm gonna test this deck. This is a deck that is a bit like a tier 3 deck and has very good matchup against a lot of the top tier decks, against Amulet, against Jeskai, Blink, against Gorgeous is decent, and then it has worse matchup against other decks, but I think this deck could be a interesting choice for the event, so I'm going to try it. This is more or less a stock version. And I have some ideas, but first I'm going to test the stock list and then try to play it. So probably you are going to see this deck twice or 3 times in the channel while I try to figure it out. I thought, for example, Su was a good deck, but at the end I felt like the deck flooded out very strongly and sideboard and you had a Leyline of the guild pack and Draco was not as good as in the past. So if your best draw of the deck is not as strong as before, then maybe that's not the deck you would like to play. You can try inside Strict Serenade. Yeah, I saw that Strict Serenade did things this weekend. It counters planeswalkers, creatures, and artifacts, if I'm right. Yeah, I don't know how good that Strict Serenade is. Artifact, creatures, planeswalker. The thing is that putting a 2/2 on board is a problem, not a problem for the Blink deck, but maybe for the control deck it is. We're playing round 1 against something that could be Amulet Titan. So I'm gonna keep this and just try to play the slow game. Usually you want to fetch for the basic lands very fast, but in some cases maybe you don't. This deck should bully the Amulet decks. Shardless Agent. Yeah, I like Shardless Agent here. Oracle, another Flare. Okay, we will have next turn a 2-drop plus Flare. That's strong. Simic Growth and they Bone Saga. Okay, I guess this is a plan. I don't know. This is the best plan. They discard Explore. Maybe they misclicked. Okay, we have a Subtlety. We will have double. Okay, Magus of the Sea, go. Saga comes down again. Spelunking. I don't care about Spelunking. Okay, I think this game is mostly over. They will need Otawara plus a lot of stuff. Gracer. Gracer is strong. Blocks. They still get 3 damage each turn, but whatever. Into Stupor. Swing with everything. They're probably blocking Shardless. Or Forest. And Harbinger. This might get a concession. Not yet. We could have Otawara. But Otawara only deals with the card for small amount of time. They don't have the Sagas on 2. So this is also strong. Okay. Easy bully on the Amulet deck. We can dismember 1 Endurance. I'm not a huge fan of cutting Endurance. But let's see. 1 Flip the Lost. And the 4 Shardless Agents. Board Consign. Harbinger. Force of Vigor. Is it better to have a Dismember or to have a Endurance in the deck? Dismember deals with... Is it the Explorer? Maybe Oculus is not that great. It's a blue card. Burden Pot will not work very good with the warp creatures. The problem is we don't have... Also, we can change a 5-drop for another 5-drop, but we cannot get a 5-drop because we don't have 4 drops on the Subtlety. So the problem is the jump to Riddler is not that great. I have been thinking about that, and I guess I'm also not sure that 4 consign is like the greatest number in the world, but also Vigor, Stability, Amulet of Vigor, it's a card. Oculus is a nice draw. I'm gonna play Surveillant on 1 Forest. The basic Forest draw. Sure, Hedge Maze, Coiling Oracle. Yeah, I guess I like Coiling Oracle because it's a green card. So blue, flip, another Fossil Vigor. So I have Fossil Vigor plus First Cave, yeah. Flip. I'll play Birthing Ritual, play land. They could eat my ritual now. I'm probably searching for the blue land. I can search for the green land so that I can falsify. I guess I'm gonna fetch for the forest in case I get Harbinger. Blip is gonna get changed for Kotal. I draw Basic Island. Boyuka. Yeah. Boyuka is not a game plan anymore of us. But it's true that it hurts Oculus. Yeah, maybe I have to cut an Oculus. Ritual triggers. Gets cracked for another forest. Okay. Forest on taps. Yeah. I'm gonna eat this for Harbinger. I feel pretty safe now. Harbinger doesn't do much, and we will have to deal with the running titans, but still. Okay, Harbinger attacks. Breathing Pool gets cast, and Calling Oracle gets cast. Probably no more basic for him. Yeah, they play 2 or 3 or... Okay, I have Harbinger up again, so I feel pretty safe. I can eat Calling Oracle for... Yeah, I guess more Harbingers. They will need something huge to deal with this. This is a Titan, so we have a Subtlety, attack for 7. I would wish to put a bit of more pressure onto the board. That's not going to be easy now. So Ritual, they put Titan on top. So I'm gonna eat my cards. So I can change Kotal for, also Subtlety for Kotal, which is okay-ish, I guess. I draw a card. Yeah, I'm gonna eat the Subtlety for a Kotal, draw a card, Consign. Consign is good. And then I can eat the Kotal for Oculus, yes. Now, gonna let my trigger resolve here and Boseiju their Simic. Gonna Boseiju their Growth Chamber. Okay, they float mana. Now they have to choose, and I'm gonna Force of Vigor those 2 so that they don't have Amulet Titan mana, and we have Lethal. Okay, yeah. That was a clean win against Amulet Titan. Yeah, it's the main reason that I want to play this deck. Make them have no options. It's nice that we have a flip the Lost, because this can make that Boseiju and Otawara gets cheaper. Not any other legendary creators in our deck, but... Okay, round 2 against Jiaoron. This hand is a bit slow, even more on the draw. You don't have any responses to any fast, so being our first play on turn 2 seems like very weak. Not some things I want to try. On the play, you can think about keeping this, but I think on the draw, turn 3, do something in Modern is not like something you can try to play. It's like on Cube. If you're not doing something very broken on turn 4, you should mull or play a different deck. Yeah, okay. We have Double T, I guess, and Ritual, which is always a great card. Okay, it's another Amulet Titan. We are farming Titans today. It's Vancotan, Fliplet the Lost, or Dryad Arbor, Gracer, yeah. What is this? I'm probably playing a lot of Zeniths. I have seen that version with the 3 or 4 Zeniths to have a bit more toolbox. It's also better post boards. Solarian Academy, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, Fetching Saga. Fliplet the Lost. Yeah, Flip is a nice draw. I'm gonna play it, draw a card, Calling Oracle, so play Sync, pass. I'm probably putting up a Construct. Okay, they let me trigger. I could put up Oculus, which is nice. It puts pressure. Here the chance is Kotal or Oculus. The thing is that I'm just gonna put Oculus into play. That pressures them, and I have 2 counters, so yeah, construct. If they go Amulet, I can Subtlety first. Okay, Coin Oracle is a card that I can flip with Oculus. They're gonna have Bexing Bubble. They're probably not playing it in the main deck, but it's a very played card. It's better to play my Coin Oracle over there. Okay, they're flipping mana. They're playing another Saga. So are they Titan gamers? Scapeshift gamers. Okay, here they Scapeshift, they eat all their lands, then they called Lotus. I'm gonna let this resolve. I don't know how this goes wrong. Like, I have double counter, probably not the best with Flare, but this might have been bait. But now you have a Scapeshift on the stack. You will need a next good spell. Crumbling Saga, sure. You got it. They changed a lot of good lands for very bad ones, so I guess it's fine. So a lot of colorless lands. Another Scapeshift. Okay, that resolves. No mana for you. My opponent concedes. Nice. Okay, they pass priority with the second Scapeshift. Oh, I don't understand. Blip, Atlas, Consigns, Harbinger, Force. What did I cut earlier? Dismember. Yeah, I'm still not sure if Endurance or Flip is better. Also, or I don't know, or Dismember. Dismember is good. I'm gonna cut an Oculus and try. Let's see what happens. Okay, game 2. I have Sync to double Ritual. So maybe Consign. I'm gonna play Mystery Enforce and pass. If the Amulet, I'm gonna Consign it with Breeding Pool. Yeah, that's fine. Aftermath Analyst. Yeah, you got that? Oh, this is a nice Analyst. Edge Mace. Kotal goes to the grave. Also Vigor. I'm gonna shock myself and pass. Yeah, here this turn 2 Analyst is quite strong. Saga gets fetched. I can consign the Saga trigger. I can Fossil Vigor both. Here they could go Lotus and try to win. Creator, Enchantment, Ecoin Deeps. Ha! I'm gonna do something cool here. I'm gonna counter twice. Oh, I don't tap. And I'm gonna Fossil Vigor Saga and Amulet in response, so that they have to sack the Lotus and they don't get the mana. Now, Lotus doesn't untap and they have to sack all their lands. Okay, that was a strong turn. They went for Aftermath Analyst combo after milling 3 lands. And I countered the untap trigger. So yeah, I wanted to play the Amulet Crusher and they crushed Amulet. Happens. My opponent told me in the chat that they liked my content, my legacy content. On my Metaframe profile, you will find all my competitive Magic the Gathering content. You will get deck and sideboard guides, articles with ideas and analysis, and even the decks I will be playing in my next big tournament. I offer one-to-one coaching sessions to help take your game to the next level. Following is completely free, so hit the subscribe button and keep up with everything I post on metafy.gg. So yeah, nice. Does it like crush other decks beside Amulet? It also crushes the Jeskai Blink deck. It's very good against a good amount of modern decks. Like mostly against the tier 1 decks. I made a video explaining the metagame and we saw the data, so just check it out. Round 3 against La Secretaria. We're on the draw, which is not great, but does this deck crosses Prowess? No, not that much. It is decent against Prowess, but not like it crushes. Fast decks are not the best. It's good against combo. It's good against land-based decks. They crack the map, yeah. And tower. So here, search for Coil and Oracle. I draw 3rd land, so I will be able to sync. Let's see what my opponent has. Tower into... I'm gonna flare the Karn. Okay, what happens? If I flare the Karn, then I die to a dismember of my Coil and Oracle. If I Subtlety, the next turn they... Yeah, I'm gonna Subtlety it. No, Affinity, you can't fight it. I'm gonna put the Karn on top. I can always Subtlety the next thing. I don't know. Maybe that was wrong. Chromatic Sphere. Oh, this is green Tron. I think it's Tron in green. It's crying. Okay. So they drew the card again. They bottomed the card. They draw for Forest. Not the fetched I hoped, but I guess it's the fetch I get. Harbinger. I need some pressure. I have a lot of tempo, but strings, yeah. O-Stone. Okay, O-Stone is not going to resolve. This classic Tron. I'm gonna hold Flare. I'll play the second sphere, yeah. Not having green is a bit sad, but whatever. Stirrings, power, yeah. Pretty good. Doing pretty good. And you? Power of power. Okay, now I'm gonna play my second Harbinger to get the pressure going. Now that the draw Force of Negation. Relic gets eaten, sure. They draw half 4 cards. 6 mana, that means Karn. And that means Force of Negotiation. Play a land and attack. That's a 4-turn clock. So we need to fade. You have 3 cards. Wilt. Okay. I have to fade some spells. 3 more cards. Not today. I hope they have some Cothilex command and colorless card they cannot cash in hand. Devourer. And with my counter I get to attack 3 times. Or I draw a second spell. The Coiler Oracle is not going to do anything. 2 turns. I need to play 2 good cards. Okay. But they don't play a spell this turn is great for me. So they will have 1 turn to cast 2 strong cards. Not dismember anyone. Yeah, Harbinger. It's a card. Okay, Tron. So 1 endurance. 2 endurance, 1 dismember, 4 shardless, 4 consigns, 4... Okay. Harbinger, consign. I don't think dismember does anything in this matchup. Ophel stops stone and all the spheres. Probably I want Force of Vigor, I'm not sure. Okay. I'm gonna board the consign because sometimes just mana leaking for 3 is good enough. So this hand has not great cards. Hey, do you think it's good idea playing Riddler in this meta? Playing Sovereignty, you can find the Riddler. Yeah, someone asked me earlier. I don't think that Riddler is that good. It's hard to jump from 4 to 5. You have to hard cast Sovereignty, which doesn't happen that often. It happens, but I'm gonna bold this. Okay, yeah, this hand is quite decent. I guess Ritual is the weakest card. Let's see going. Flare. I like Flare. What I do want to cut. I think it's Flare or Ritual. They're going to play turn 3, so I'm gonna bottom Ritual because their highest chance is that on turn 3 I have to beat the Tron. So on turn 2 I have to hold Consign. That's a good card. Or 1 land. I will not be greedy with my lands. You have a lot of lands that do things like Otawara. Otawara is not great, but Boseiju, the Filigree Silex. Okay, yeah, that's a card. They're gonna uptick to 4 to 3 to deal with Harbinger, which I can bounce it with Zinc. I think it's super such a good card. I like it. To being like bouncer on spell is so great. Card. Relic, sure. Sphere, yes. We have 2 cards remaining. Forest and Kotal. Otawara. I can also Otawara the Silex. This is a hard choice. Yeah, I guess I jam the Harbinger to stop them from having Tron next turn. We put a counter there, yeah. Now this turn they can put up the Filigree Silex to 3. They cycle, they got a Forest. And gonna flare Karn. If they put a counter there, going to put it, but maybe they miss it. Okay, they missed to put the counter, so I have 1 more turn of life. 5 mana, map searching for Tron. I guess I Otawara Silex. Okay, I feel more or less safe. I have 3 counter spell in hand. This hand, when this part of the game arrives, it's like Silex. Yeah, I'm gonna let them have it. It's a 4-turn card. I'll be dealing with it later. Maybe I draw Collector Roof or Boseiju before they can flip it, and I can hold all my counter spells. Yeah, map resolves. They crack map, more lands. I hope they don't have Olamok. Okay, they have double Tron. I need to put up the clock, but this is a card that puts up the clock. They have land and 2 unknown cards. Also, for everyone watching, I will be very pleased if you like my content, and if you have Amazon Prime, you can subscribe, and very easy with your phone from going into this link. This helps me stream more. I draw a card. Yeah, I guess I have Flare plus Consign, so I guess this is gonna work out. I don't have Boseiju yet. Oculus, this is going to put pressure and finish the game before they can even crack the Silix. Maybe even earlier than I would have expected. This is 7 mana Ugin. Not going to work. Consign to memory is a card. Has with replicate on the trigger. Okay. Counter Ugin. Yeah, consign is a card. Consign to memory saves the day. Yes, it does. I turn this face up. Play a land. Yeah. I'm going at light speed in this league. Tron and 2 Amulet Titan decks. That's the decks you want to beat. So round 4 against Kaikas. We don't know what they're playing. We have a 1-lander on the play, which the hand is great. I could try to keep it because I have most of the cards that I want. I'm gonna keep it for science. Deck plays 23 lands if I remember correctly, and if we don't have to dismember, we can surveil. We can even just surveil and then dismember. This is my life of this. This is always. This hand can go wrong, but you can also mold to a 6 that is not even half as strong as this. Yeah, maybe without the dismember I would have not kept it, but yeah. My opponent is playing slowly, not like very fast at coming to us. So let's see. Go. Montaigne. So this is Prowess. Yeah. Prowess is a deck. I'm gonna try to spike the land. Even if not, dismember is fine on DRC. Avatar is a good card. I also have 1 endurance in the sideboard, which is very strong in this matchup. Blocks pretty well and deals with DRC. Yeah, they surveil, another bubble, and I surveil too. Okay, we found a land. So now the big question is, I play Birthing Ritual, I play the land, I play Icefang Kotal. I guess I'm going to hold the Icefang Kotal. I can always dismember, and if they play Cutter, I can go for it. Yeah, this is fine. I can tank 1 damage. Land, Kotal, land. Sure, another land. Okay, now I can cast Chalice Agent or Birthing Ritual. Chalice Agent is 2 bodies and it stops dismember from happening, but I think I'm going to cast Charlotte. The problem is if I cast Birthing Ritual and they play a random Lava Dart, my card does nothing. So that's the reason. Here Flip gets not cast from the deck, it's cast from deck side, so I only draw 1 card. Okay, another dismember. Not bad, not great. So next turn I have a lot of value. So I guess I'm getting Lava Dart. I should be getting Lava Dart. Lava Dart, Icefang. That was going to happen. They call Lava Dart again. I'm at 18. They're gonna Unholy Heat. Yeah, sure, fine. What are they expecting to draw? Yeah, Unholy Heat. There you have it. Really having easy time just cashing in the flare for any spell that doesn't kill. There's a lot of damage. I'm gonna cast the Flip because this means if this resolved, that was a lot of damage, and they will just gonna Lava Dart my Flip. Mutagenic, yeah, but that's a lot of damage. 6, 9, go to 5, go to 5, oh, go to 9. Boseiju, that's very bad. But whatever. Gonna hold here at 5. I just remember I got to 1 cutter. Yes. Go to 4. Yeah. Maybe I should have dismember earlier. Instead of the turn that I double ritual, I should probably double dismember. Yeah. That's not wrong. I should have dealt with the creatures instead of trying to play something out. Prowess, double Harbinger, and 2 Shadowless Agents for Stern Scalding, Endurance. Yeah, I guess this is it. Mythical Dispute is not very bad, but also not amazing. Hi, Manu. You have a emoji of Duolingo or something like that. So this matchup seems close-ish. I think I'm gonna play Stink on turn 1 and then see, depending what they are playing. Lava Dart is a problem card with all the 1/1s we have. Preordain, yeah? I'm fine with Preordain. Forest. You're gonna play Coiling Oracle because this could ramp me. Not yet. Here, I might cash in Flare. Yes, okay, Slick Shot. I'm fine with that. Okay, so Ritual will be going. Shardless. Okay, I'm gonna get Flip the Lost. This draws 2 cards. Oh, nice to draw 2 cards. Okay, another Stance Calling. Cutter is not resolving. Calling Oracle gets played. Oculus. So I'm gonna play a tap land and try to change my Oracle for something else. Endurance or another Coiling Oracle. Endurance is strong and puts up pressure, but I think I like to get more Oracles. Okay, this even cast a Icefang Kotal. Not that touch yet. Flare your Cory. And my opponent is stuck on lands and they concede. Yeah, this makes sense. I don't know if Fossil Vigor is good in this matchup, but yeah. I'm gonna keep this. I will need that Pauper enchantment that gives your creatures reach and +1/+1. What's the name of the Pauper card? I can't not find it. Here. It's a card that is played in Pauper. Creatures you control get +0/+1 and half reach. But there is a better one that is not common. Oh yes. Oh, this is enchant creature. Okay, yeah. I thought it was. Subtlety, Flare, Endurance. This hand is weak. This hand. I can Subtlety something. I have an Endurance. I don't know. Will you keep or mold this hand? I Subtlety the first creature spell. Then I played Endurance game. I'm going to keep this for science, but I'm not so sure on this. The double Endurance is strong, but most of the times the hands that are for science are not for good science, but I'm gonna Subtlety. This changed a lot of the clock. I think you have to be aggressive with this deck. So maybe I needed to put down Breathing Ritual. I'm not sure. So not Breathing Ritual, Sink into Stupor. This is DRC, yes. And Swift P. Yeah, sure. We have only 2 cards. So that's 1 damage. I don't know. Edge Maze, Dismember. I'm gonna put this on top. I know I need to draw a land, but play this tapped and Dismember. If needed, I could play the first Endurance just for Evoke. I need to draw a green land. Another Swifty. Okay. That's Lightning Bolt. Okay. This is 6 damage. They're probably not getting Delirium now. So go to 7. 8. Then Scalding. I don't think they have another creature. Also, I mean, if they had another creature, they would have cast it. I don't know. This could be this Moss probably being an expressive turn. And this also makes that if I draw a creature, I can do it. They have a cutter here. 5. Okay. They are playing probably what is this? Violent Dirge. They're lightning bolting me. Okay. So this is I die regardless, or maybe not. 6. I think I go to 1 with Endurance. Okay, that's not something super happy, but I guess this is what it is. Got 1, they draw a card, they could draw a bolt and I die. I cannot fetch. Okay, yeah, those was close matchups. I needed to find a land. Maybe if I had found instead of keeping the Dismember, I would have died earlier. Instead of keeping the Dismember, I would have drawn. I played towards Endurance. I don't know. Yeah, this matchup is not okay. Now we play against Boros Energy, which is also not a great matchup, but one of the reasons I could not play this deck is because if the Boros matchup is bad, this hand, any land is great. I have a Dismember. Versus probably Simic Ritual had this matchup. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna put down Flip the Lost and keep this. This is already a multi 6, I guess. Yeah. I don't know how you make it better. The not having real removals is always a problem. Like the decks that tend to play 3 creatures on the third and the 3 first turns will always be troublesome humans. Okay, this seems like Prowess again. Ragamonkey, yeah. I could try to draw a land. If I draw a land, I'm fine-ish, I guess, against the monkey. Okay, Coiling Oracle gets played. Land that surveils, that's great. Yeah, this goes to the top. I do thinking of playing this deck. This is the first day that I pick up this deck, so it's a deck that I think could be a nice deck to play at the RC, but not like I'm sold on it. This is my 4th game in the last 3 months with this deck. So just an idea. So yeah, they're attacking. If this is Jeskai playing tends to be a very good matchup. Trading with your Coiling Oracle for a real spell is... Okay, here they probably have Philia. So I'm going to... So they are playing Philia here. They call it Ephemerate Philia. Okay, I'm gonna dismember the Philia right now. Maybe this is wrong. And they have Force of Negation. The deck has like 2 Force of Negations, I think. If I remember correctly, that was the list that won the RC. This guy, it has... no, 4 consign, no Force of Negation main deck. 1 in the sideboard. When I play land plus Quadruple Ritual, getting Giant going. Because they were representing Philia quite hard. So if I have this, I lose my land to Force of Negation something. And they lose the chance to... So I'm still up a land, and I'm gonna keep the Sink into Stupor. So here is Caudal. They play Spell Snare. Okay, now I can do this. Draw a card. I'm probably not blocking. I don't think there are many cards my opponent can draw that. No Chorus Forest. So here I place Ritual. They might have a second Spell Snare. If they have a Spell Snare, I will not attack with Caudal, but if they don't have, I just swing with it. Okay, here I just trade this for another Caudal, and you draw a card. Okay, fine. So Philip is really too hard to deal with. You flip Oculus. Oculus is a card you don't want to play early in this matchup. You want to delay your Oculus a lot, because if you play a fast Oculus, they will just Solitude it to death. So you want to make them waste all the cards and just draw cards, draw cards, draw cards, draw cards, and then you Philia them. You Oculus them. Ragavan regularly cast. Okay. Here probably my best draw is a Charlotte's Agent. No, that's a land. That's not my best draw. I guess I will Surveil and Bolt. Okay, this is a Flage coming back. That's not nice. That means our Surveil plan is off. So I don't have another forest, so this has to be Otawara. That's 7. Is there any good card that gains me a lot of life? Oculus. They cannot play Oculus. I could. Okay, Oracle is a nice draw. I play land. I'm holding a removal. So let's see. Harbinger. Harbinger doesn't deal with anything. I guess I have to get Oculus. I don't want to, but I think this is an Oculus exchange and see what happens. They don't have Solitude. Okay, they don't have Solitude. So this is a Subtlety face down. Okay, I feel almost safe. Okay, they can Flage me. They could Ephemerate the Flage. They're targeting me. Yeah, they have another Flage. I don't know if they have Bolt. They have Bolt. I'm not gonna cast a Caudal. Okay, they had Bolt. Yeah, good read, Rodrigo. That was the reason I didn't do this. I'm gonna attack with only Oculus. Play Caudal. Have another Bolt. Trick Serenade. Okay, I get a 2/2 flying. Yeah, sure. Not gonna eat anything. Trick Serenade doesn't counter enchantments. So okay. So we are at 2 life and we have to draw Caudal or dodge some kind of fire. They don't have a lot of fire. They have like 5 cards. What is this? Haste. Riddler. Okay. Riddler with haste. Yeah, I have a token with flying. I feel in danger. The Surveil. The Fairy goes to the grave. Another Riddler. Okay, but this is without haste, right? Or with haste. Oh, double Riddler with haste. Okay. I didn't account on getting double hasty Riddler. Yeah. This game should have not been going that way. Maybe I should have not attacked. I did not expect the double Riddler. I also didn't expect the Trickster or my Kotal, but whatever. So I could cut a flip, the Harbingers. I like Savalty. I'm gonna bring in the Disputes and Endurance. Dismember counts. Dismember kills a lot of cards. Also, negation is good. They have Teferis. They have some removals. Teferi, so probably only for Teferi. Seems so weak. Respect, do you think taking Harbinger is better than Oculus on that? No, I think I would have taken Oculus anyway. Harbinger was not great. They probably just attack with the... Is Force of Negation a good card in this matchup? Have some removals. Some Wrath. Probably because of Wrath of the Sky. I'm gonna cut the second flip with the Lost. I'm not sure on that. I could cut a land. I think cutting a land is better. But whatever. Okay. Let's go. Once for Teeth is the worst land. Probably I should have not attacked with Oculus. I was not thinking of the double hasty Riddler. Yeah, Ring of Glory is a card. I'm going to keep this member because it's good against Philia and other stuff. So they surveil. That means they cannot play Philia this turn. So I'm gonna get this. Sink into Stupor. Yeah, I like Sink, being a land. Island gets cast, and I'm gonna play Shardless. This is a classic card they don't want to do anything about. Okay, Ritual gets cast. It gets snared, probably. So they dispute my Shardless. Okay, that means this is Teferi time. This is very weird. The dispute on Shardless. Maybe it's because they don't want to make me that I have Ritual rolling Oracle. So this draws a card. This is a land. I'm gonna place Springs untapped and pass. Let's see what my opponents want to do. Ritual resolves and Coil Oracle gets traded for, I guess, Iceman Kotal. Just draw more cards. I will draw more cards. I will try more cards, it's better. Quantum Riddler goes to the grave. My opponent fetches, and this is Flage. Yeah, sure. God, they can't Flage my card. Yeah, sure. Here, I'm gonna main phase Endurance them. So I guess this is first Endurance target. They could Consign, but I don't know if this is they bring in Consign against this deck. I do eat. They want to be greedy and play this. Yeah, I guess I play Oracle out. If they want to counter this, they can counter this. Dispute, yeah. I have an Endurance, and this Endurance is gonna get traded for Shardless, I guess. Maybe it's not better. Trade for Shardless makes me have Flare active, while it makes that the Shardless gets killed by... Also attacks for less. I think a Flare active there is not that amazing. I don't know if Flare is better than having more creatures. I get that Flare is a nice card, but probably you can cut a Flare there. They captured already 2 disputes. I'm not sure. My opponent here being on the thing side of the world. Tick tack, tick tack, tick tack. Man, thank you for 30 months of sub. Thank you very much.
Woo, that's crazy.
Solitude, my Endurance, sure. You got a Solitude. Okay, I'm now on all the counters train, which I can dismember this and then counter everything. So attack. I think I'm going to dismember. Might be wrong, might be right. I don't know. They want to cash in an Ephemerate for that, so I'm fine. Okay, I am on all the counters. They are on no aggression. This should be an easy matchup, but sometimes things do not work as you wanted. No more surveillance. This is something I can cash in later. I'm gonna play the land tapped. I have triple flare. I don't want to be discarding. Good, not discard yet. Now I can Sabotage and flare or Sabotage and double dispute or whatever. I'm not going to fetch now. Coil Oracle. Yeah, Coil Oracle gets cast. Everyone wants to waste a card on this. The Infinite Tank. You probably should have known that if I draw a creature, you should play it or not. Sorry, I think I muted. So we dispute the subtlety on their Oracle, and now they are flaging. Gonna subtlety their flage. Subtlety. This puts a bit of power on the board. My opponent is going to time out if I win this game. Consign. They might have a second consign, but I think it's still fine. If I win this game, my opponent on this pace. Opponent trying the mental games without the tank. I don't know, it's just... I'm not sure. I play my cards fast, I'm getting ahead on time. Slow opponents is always sad for the ones viewing this on Twitch. Not on YouTube because the video is edited mostly. But still... Okay. Island. They might have a spell snare there. I'm gonna dispute the consign. No, they have the consign in the mining. Flage goes on top, if they let me. They have another consign. Now they will kill my subtlety or my oracle, and I'm fine with that, yeah. They can subtlety, ephemerate. Okay, now I can kill subtlety to counter ephemerate, which is free. They should have let the flage trigger resolve. So I got a card of for my warriors. Cardless. As Fancotel, draw a card, Endurance. Endurance is also a card. This gets traded for an Oculus. We have double counter backup, as Fancotel. 5 minutes to win a game 3 against this very grindy deck. This gets eaten. Solitude with Wear Tear. I don't care about Solitude here. They're eating my Oculus. I don't care at all. I guess my opponent did not learn from the last part where they should let that the creator gets killed first. Now I sacrifice the Oculus for free so that they cannot ephemerate me. It's weird that they got scammed last turn with Flare and they do the same again. Maybe they are starting to play bad because they are on a hurry to the time. Okay, they conceded. I don't know about Force of Negation. I'm not bored in the flip. Standard Squatting is also not that bad, but Charlotte's Agent is great. So maybe Double Sage is not great. And I can't keep one Force of Negation in. Standard Squatting on the draw is even worse. So it doesn't counter Ragavan or so. My opponent is almost on... My opponent was double queuing. Not as bad against Ragavan. Good against a lot of plans. I don't know. Ball to 6. I'm gonna keep this, but whatever. The Ragavan. The Ragavan is pretty bad in every turn that is not turn 1. I surveil, put a card on top. I surveil. I have 2 value lands, which I probably don't want to play out, but yeah. So here I have Dispute plus Ice Fang as my plays. And if they don't have a very aggressive hand, I feel pretty safe. But this Tef, goodbye Tef. I'm gonna take the damage and play Agent. I can still force if needed. Spiriting Ritual gets drowned while I cascade it into Ice Fang Kotal. Okay, 4 minutes. I'm the one ahead. What is this? Riddler. So Riddler is a card. They draw 1. They play land, tapped. And this gets ephemerated? Yes. So I cannot cast one of my green cards, so I'm just gonna get Ritual going. Endurance, Subtlety. I'm gonna eat Kotal and take out Endurance. Endurance myself. Endurance my opponent to make them be further away from this. Maybe this stops my Oculus from working. I don't know. Maybe this was wrong. This Wrath of the Skies, X3, not happening today. Not today, my friend. Yeah, that's the reason you have to keep the forces. Next turn I have the Sync to deal with that. Yeah, Flip it the Lost is gonna to get changed for the draw 2, pass the turn. Yeah. Lot of cards, lot of value. If the Wrath I can Oculus them, I can even Sync into Stupor them to that. That's for this is a 2-turn clock, 3 minutes for my opponent, and we are quite ahead, having board presence plus 7 cards in hand, while they don't have anything of that. They have a Riddler exiled, which I guess could do something. This is Tef. Gonna cast Ice Fan Coater in response to the Tef, and let the Tef resolve. Now, opponent, what do you want to do with your Tef? Prismatic and in the ritual, sure. I don't care. They bounce Endurance. I also don't care about that. They have 2 cards. I'm going to attack with both on Tef. Not gonna risk that they have Lightning Bolt or something like that. Like, I think the killing the Tef is more relevant than I have 8 cards in hand. I'm just gonna discard a Coiling Oracle. Like, no real need to tap out here. Bolt goes. Probably searching for the forest. Sacred Foundry. I think the game is over. Kotal. I might die, but always with 7 cards in hand. Is a Subtlety? Solitude. Sure. You can kill my Kotal. For Oracle gets cast. 2 minutes to my opponent to kill me. Don't think this will never happen. Tank. In response to Oracle. Land is great. Opponent goes to 5. PPP. Okay, opponent concedes to me having 7 cards to their 2. Yeah, that was a very clean 4-1. We lost against Prowess, which is one of the worst matchups, like always. There are some decks that you always have to choose to what to beat or what to lose, and yeah, this is not a great matchup in Prowess. But I like it, the deck. I will try to play it a bit more. I'm also not sure if I want Rimewood Falls instead of the second breeding pool. This is a dual land that is snow covered but then is tapped. So I'm not sure if the second breeding pool is that needed versus having a dual snow covered land, which sometimes with while fetching with cards like Subtlety, Endurance, Flares, you have some trouble. But yeah, probably test things the next day. But that's it. Thanks to Van who subscribed today, and this is gonna end today.